All right, I'm going to say goodbye from the Johannesburg studio. Let's hand over those last couple of minutes of the broadcast back to Sakina and her fantastic guests that have been really adding to the debate here in South Africa about where we are going as a country and, of course, talking to International Nelson Mandela Day. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you again tomorrow morning for the Friday edition of Morning Live. God bless and bye-bye from me. Sakina, let me hand it back to you.
Well, thank you so much, Leanne, and enjoy the rest of your Mandela Day as well. And it is, of course, International Mandela Day, and we've taken this discussion, I believe, to another level in terms of the real Mandela, finding that real Mandela within you, channel that, and have the authentic discussions, and have the courage to actually face your demons and the problems that we have as a nation. So I just want to get some closing remarks very briefly, if I can just appeal to everybody. Just very briefly, give us your closing sentiments in terms of what needs to happen and also with the things that we have discussed this morning. All right, we don't have much time, 3 minutes or 15 seconds each, very briefly. Jordan, let's start there with you.
Okay, so I just want to say that in closing that I think today in 2019 we need to realize the urgency of the situation or the point we are in our country as South Africans, and I think now is the time to stop talking. Everyone needs to stop talking. The white people, it's been 25 years. If you are as committed to transformation as you say you are, now is the time to show that. The inequality in South Africa is not normal. And I just want to say that we are organizing, and everyone needs to be organizing right now.
Nebagazi and Lene, if you can just in the background there, perhaps very softly play us out as I gauge the final sentiments further here. Benita, been a fantastic host here at the District 6 Museum, but what are your final sentiments?
I think my final sentiments would be that the same ingenuity that went into crafting apartheid in terms of down to the nitty-gritty detail of classifying people, telling us where to live, what you're entitled to, we need that same ingenuity in understanding how do you unravel that. So we have the Constitution, we've got the Bill of Rights, we've got the Land Restitution Act, we've got the National Heritage Resources Act, but there are ordinances that are still in place, like the Museum Ordinance of 1975, that is still in place. There are zoning laws within the city that are invisible to most communities, and all of those things that divide people. Apartheid went down to the nitty-gritty detail of where your rates and taxes will go, what is the commercial area, and so I think the same kind of unraveling and replacing hasn't happened, and that has really resulted in a lot of current displacement as well.
She only got more time because she's the host. Jeff, 15 seconds.
As you say, you know, there's a saying in Xhosa that a Kongoti netam. It means that we can do something, but those people who can do something about it, they are eating. So you cannot criticize what's eating.
All right, Kasim.
I'm very concerned that we are at a dangerous point in history, because I find that our president is talking about dreams, whereas the majority of the people are living a nightmare. And I think we need to get our president, our government, whom we voted for and had the right to vote for, to get in line and address that nightmare that the people are experiencing.
Thank you so much. Spongile.
To end it off, I would say one of Mandela's famous quotes, which is, our children are our greatest treasure, and we should be looking after them. Those who abuse them, they tear the fabric of our society and weaken our nation.
45 seconds, so literally 15 seconds, Joanne.
Systemic overall, that is what is required, and it means in terms of, as Bonita said, you know, changing the education, looking at the policies, changing it, going into the health system. What is it that we need to fix?
Fred?
I believe that our electoral system must change so that those who represent us in Parliament can report back to the people. I also firmly believe that the circle of benefit of the society must be extended to all, and we've got to lead by ourselves, we've got to lead from where we are.
Final word, Mazibuko.
The new Mandelas we must find in us are those who can rise up against inequality, challenge economic policy, challenge economic elites, particularly given the ecological crisis that's hitting our society and the world.
Well, thank you so much to all of you. You've been a fantastic crowd, and of course the team that made it possible here. Thank you so much to everybody watching as well, the District 6 Museum and the SABC crew here in Cape Town, and of course Nebagazi and Lene to play us out. They've been fantastic all morning. Thanks to all of you, and enjoy your Mandela Day. It's goodbye from the District 6 Museum.
uzuziphathe kakuhle mntaka mama.